Well, we welcome in the former heavyweight champion of the world and newest boxing Hall of Famer, Lennox Lewis. Lennox, Brian Kenny here. Congratulations to you, champ.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor.
You know, it is, Lennox, and it must be a time for you to reflect, you and your family, while you're up there in upstate New York. When you got the call, Lennox, what did you think of? What did you reflect back on?
It's great to be in the Hall of Fame with past guys that I looked up to, past great men, past boxers that did a lot for boxing, and that we can obviously look back at. And they'll be there forever, and for me as well. You know, now somebody said, now you're going to be immortalized, and, you know, I kind of thought about that, and I said, sounds good to me.
That is good. What did you think of in your career, Lennox? Like, what did you look back on and think of, oh, I'm really proud of that moment, or that was a moment maybe that put me where I am now?
Well, you know what it was? It was more of, you know, I reflect back at, you know, when I started boxing at 15, you know, all I was thinking about is, you know, being the best and, you know, traveling the world and being a champion. And the Hall of Fame never comes into your mind. And it really didn't come into my mind throughout my whole career. It was maybe afterwards, and even now when I got the call, it was like, wow, okay, Hall of Fame. I never really thought about that, but it's a great thing.
You know, you can throw a few out there, like coming back against Holyfield, coming back against Hasim Rahman, or, you know, there was real pressure on you fighting Mike Tyson. Where did you think you came up biggest, Lennox?
Oh, the Hasim Rahman one, that was a big one for me because, you know, there was a light that was dwindling inside of me, and Hasim Rahman really relit that light and started it to made me get more serious. Like even in the second fight, you know, he didn't even hit me one time, and I trained so hard for him. So it really got me back serious into boxing.
What about the politics, as you coined that phrase, Lennox? What is it like trying to navigate through that without becoming jaded or disgusted with the entire business and sport?
Let me tell you, it's rough. You know, now that I think back, I think about the times where I got frozen out. You know, I was the best in the world. I wanted to prove that I was the best, but the best didn't want to fight me at that time. They wanted to fight other people because of my size or whatever. You know, their managers wouldn't allow the fights to take place, such as the Riddick Bowe fight. You know, that fight was supposed to be a great fight in the professionals. You figure if you get beaten in the Olympics, that you would want to come back and try and beat the guy that beat you in pro, because it's longer rounds and you can prove what you want to prove in there. But, you know, due to bad management, allowed him not to come back and fight me.
You retired after stopping Vitaly Klitschko. There was a lot of money on the table for you, Lennox, at that point. Could have been a big pay-per-view fight, but you elected to retire and you stayed retired. Why?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've been there, done that. I've accomplished all my goals. I got rid of all the misfits out of boxing, and there was nothing else to prove. Vladimir Klitschko wasn't really in my scope. Mike Tyson was more in my scope, and you know, I was thinking of retirement, but I couldn't retire without facing Iron Mike first, so the world could see the matchup and the difference between both of us.
What do you mean misfits? Who are you talking about? You said misfits. You got rid of the misfits in the heavyweight division. Who?
Well, Mike Tyson was one. Okay. Oliver McCall was another. You know, he was crying in the ring, and he needed to be taken out. And Enrique Wunda, he was in there hugging me. I learned to do the waltz with him, and he wasn't really you know, too tuned to really get in the ring with me and really put up a good fight.
Lennox, how close were you ever? You know, we heard reports here and there after you retired. Were you ever really close to coming back?
No.
All right. It's too late now, though, right? I mean, do I even have to ask that question?
Well, yeah, you know what? My friend said, you know, I should go up there on the podium today when they're, you know, putting me in the Hall of Fame and say, well, you know, it's a great honor, but I'm coming back. I told you I wanted one Klitschko for breakfast. Now I want the other one for lunch.
So, are you saying that?
But you know what I did? I talked myself out of it like I usually do.
Lennox, congratulations to you. Enjoy.
Thank you. Bless.
Lennox Lewis to be inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame, 41-2-1. Again, it came through in the era of politics where there were, you know, multiple belt holders. That was the case all through the 80s, but Lewis would have been great if the top guys were always fighting each other. But 18 heavyweight title fights, fought everybody that would fight him. Undisputed heavyweight champion. You see, look, the opponent's record in his heyday between 1993 and 2003, a staggering 715 and 53. Also